We have a beautiful Japanese operatic soprano, Haruka, who's singing a song right now called Sakura, which is the Japanese cherry blossoms. So these artists and I worked on Zoom 3 sessions in the past 3 weeks to build this piece, and it parallels the structure of embedded memories. So the tandem project of embedded memories is titled Community Imprints, and this was an opportunity for me to really think about what it means to be a community-focused artist and a community-focused organizational leader. And so paralleling the process of how I created embedded memories and how I interviewed the dancers and asked them particular questions about the senses they remember. What were the smells, the sights? Did you taste anything? Was there texture involved when this incident or this memory occurred? Capturing the impact of your scar. Has this affected you in some way? Is this something that has completely transformed your life? How have you shifted in relationship to it? So some of these questions are how I approach working with our community dancers. So come in. So I assume that people will sort of know, or I might say, that they'll sort of sit or stand, sort of around the perimeter, knowing that they might not, and that maybe once you start moving, that they'll be like, oh, knowing that also as we do it now, that you might find like, oh, I want to play with those candles, and someone's standing right there, and it's like, oh, shoot. So we'll do it, probably at least 2 times, soup to nuts full through, just to sort of get ourselves acclimated, knowing that, you can sort of play with some things and have them in your pocket as like, this is something I really enjoy, like playing with the staircase, or, whatever might feel fun. For the stationary solos, I thought we could just sort of pick a region. Now, what I might recommend, I would always ensure that you can see someone out of the corner of your eye. So like, I wouldn't be facing away so that then you're like, what are other people doing? Our Community Imprints participants can be dancers or non-dancers because the work is rooted in gestures, literal gestures or abstract gestures, things you may have never seen before. People can enter into the work no matter what their dance experience is. So I've traveled to Sandy Hook, SUNY Brockport, and here in Manhattan, and worked with groups of people who have volunteered their time to contribute their own stories to this creative process. And so tonight we will have the latest group. We have 5 fantastic movers. So you start with your own phrase. It's so cool!
Where's the next one?
So there's Caitlin's, and then we begin. Yep. Good. So we'll take that timing off of Caitlin. Beautiful. And what's really interesting about this piece is that each one of the Community Imprints workshops that we have done over the past probably 6 to 8 months, the dancers that have participated have contributed their own gestures, and we create what we call a community phrase. And those community phrases continue to get added with each group of participants. So we just finished the Manhattan group of Community Imprints this past week. So in rehearsal, literally 3 days ago, I taught the dancers some of the gestures that they're going to be working on tonight in the piece. And what's going to be super fascinating to me, and I really hope that people will sort of pick up on it, is in our pre-show site-specific Community Imprints performance in the atrium in our exhibit, the community members will do these community gestures. And 30 minutes later, when they sit down in this beautiful installation and they see the company performing, they're gonna see the exact same gestures. And what I think will be really exciting is if those dancers, how they feel when they see someone else performing their story. And we've been really, really particular about the kind of details that we want so that you are actually working to ensure that the intention of the movement is authentic. And we're here. Just take your time and just sort of settle and wait for the Sakura song and just be totally steady. So then the second song, Hazy Moon, you are going to watch Angela. So she is going to settle, and then when she starts dancing, Hazy Moon. And we're going to do 2 hazy moons. Oh, sorry, 3 hazy moons. 3 hazy moons. 3 hazy moons.
She starts. You can see it.
That's flower blossom. Yeah, that would be beautiful. So she's going to do a flower. And so we'll only do 2 hazy moons, and then we'll start sunset. So if you want to perch on the step and watch, or if there's a chair available, or lean on the wall, whatever feels good. But I would suggest changing your glancing position with each solo, so that I'm not just, I'm watching Angela, then I see Lisa, then I'm just sort of looking at my head, but I sort of pick something that I'm like watching Angela, and then when she gestures like, hey Lisa, it's your turn, that I would maybe find a new spot in the room and do something different. The goal of this is to travel. So now that you sort of see the footprint, that you can, start in this corner and end in that corner. You could circle around the whole thing. You can go up the stairs, down the stairs, so feel free to play with it. And if it extends it, no problem.